I'm sorry. So, oh wait. Okay. Sorry. And then, everyone knows like the Summer I Turned Pretty series, and like they have a show. And like it's super like the first and second season like super different from the books. Um, but yeah, I'm hoping that they stick with the same storyline that they did, um, for the ending, um, as in the book, because I can't handle I can't handle the like what happens in like the third book, and like for it not to be the same way that it is in the show. Like it has to be the same. It has to. Cuz I literally I will not. Okay. Cuz like it won't be the same. It won't feel the same. Like I need it to be the same exact. Well, not probably not the same exact, because they never do that, but um like it has to be like this the details in this third book, it has to be the same. You can't you can't work the storyline like that and not do the same thing from the book. Like that would just be ridiculous. Ridiculous. Okay. Okay. Then I read Skip and Loafer, volumes 5 and 6, and I by Misaki Takamatsu, and I gave that 4 stars, and I really really enjoyed reading those. And yeah, it's just like such a cute little thing, and I was just like, honestly, I was just hooked, because like it's just such a cute little manga. And then also I watched the anime, and I was just like, okay, I'm gonna read the um manga. And I didn't want to like read like, because I really don't like reading like stuff that I've already watched in the anime, so I just skipped, because I was like, I already seen it, so I probably don't need to read it. So yeah, I did skip to like 4, and then I continued on, if you know. So because I think I already talked about that, but anyways. And then I read The Power of Now by Eckhart wait, what? Toel? What? I don't even know what I wrote. I think it says Toel or something like that. I don't know. I gave that book 3 stars. It was just like, um, I think it's like a self help type book, I think. But I have read like a few self help books before, and I was just like, this one in particular, I just was not feeling this one. I liked better ones. Like I liked more ones that are better than this one, but um yeah, I just was not feeling this one. And yeah, it was like 3 hours, like long audiobook, but it was like, so it wasn't that long, but yeah, I was just not feeling it. Sorry again. Excuse me. So the next one was actually a reread, because I read The Bodyguard by Catherine Center, and it was good. And but the only thing was that I just didn't have the same 5 star feeling when I read it the second time. And yeah, but it was still really good. It was really still really entertaining. I would love for this to be like a movie or something, because I just think this would be such a cool little well, it's not really a rom-com, but yeah, because it's not that funny, but I feel like it could be a cute little, it could be a cute little romance movie. So yeah. Um and then I read, oh yeah, I gave it 4 stars. And then, is that a plane? Oh, that is a helicopter. More helicopters. What is going on? The whole house is shaking. Oh, because of these helicopters. Whoa. Okay. Anyways, so, um, the next book I read was Shiver by Maggie Stefanter. What? Yeah, whatever. Let's just pretend that's her last name. I don't know what this says, to be honest. I give that 3 stars. It was like, it was entertaining, but it was just so slow. And so, like, it was just such, like, it wasn't that boring, but it just felt boring. And I was just like, if that, but I did read the whole thing, so that tells you something. But I did not think it was like that good, to be honest. So I just really thought that it would just be, um, like, there just wasn't really anything going on. And if that's what you want, then go ahead. It is like, oh, was it werewolf or wolf? I don't know. It's like a werewolf type romance with a human, and like she gets, which I think this is no knowledge. I don't know. I don't know if this is spoiled, but like she gets bitten when she was younger, but she never turned into a werewolf. And like, yeah, and then there's like things going on, and she has to kind of keep um this secret for the all of the werewolves and the wolves in the, like, because you have to keep like something like that secret, because if, like, like in any thing like this, like vampires, werewolves, and blah blah blah, like you have to keep that a secret, because if you do, there might be some havoc going on. So anyways, but yeah. Anyways, I read Skip and Loafer 5 through 8. Why I put 5 through 8? I don't know. But anyways, I read that by Mitsasi Takamatsu, and I gave all of them 4 stars, it looks like. So yeah. Yeah, I'm so excited for the 9th release, because it comes out on my birthday. It comes out May 21st, which I'm so excited about, to be honest. I'm so excited because I just like, I have to see what happens next. And yeah, it's just such a cute and fun read. I love it. And then why is The Bodyguard written down twice? I don't know. I don't know. It's right there. Anyways, let's move on. The next book I read was Peter Pan by J.M. Barrie, and it was just such oh my gosh. It was just such a nostalgic read for me, but I gave that, what did I give it? I don't know. Oh, I gave it 4 stars. Um I never read Peter Pan. I always just watched the movie when I was younger. But yeah, it was just such, but it was so nostalgic, because that was literally as a child. That was like my favorite, um one of my favorite stories, movies growing up. And I just loved Peter Pan. Not the cartoon version, but the like live action version. And I actually have it in my movie case. So, well, it's not a movie case, but it's just a shelf. But yeah, I do like have the live action version of Peter Pan, and I love that version. And I don't know what adaptation it is. There's so many different Peter Pan adaptations. Another good another good recommendation is like is a such a fall movie to watch anyway. I think it's called just Hook. I think it's just called Hook. And this was what's his name? Robert Williams. Like he's such a nostalgic actor too because he's been like in so many movies like Jumanji, which I love Jumanji. But and I also love the other version of Jumanji too, which yeah, I just love. But yeah, it's just such a nostalgic thing. And a lot of people like are kind of like I love reading a children's classic. And I read the reviews of Peter Pan, and a lot of people were saying that um this is not like something that you give your children to read because to be honest, he is, and I even say this myself, that he's not really the best influence on children because literally he is sending these kids to Neverland to never grow up. And in retrospect, it's fun in the moment, but like when you really think about it, it's not the best. He's not the best person. And, you know, like he is literally so he's such a character that like you really like like when you're a kid you don't really think about this, you don't really think about it, but when you read it when you're older it's just like it makes so much sense. And like you really don't root for Peter Pan so much, you root for the pirates and you root for um growing up. But when you're a kid you don't want to because it's just like you want to live in this innocence and the naivety because growing up is scary and you like have all these um responsibilities and all these like things that are scary that you have to deal with when you're an adult and when you're growing up. And um like honestly growing up like now I also feel like growing up is like very a daunting task. Like I don't want to do it but I have to. And it's just something that we all have to face and realize that we can't live in innocence and naivety forever. So yeah, I that's just my kind of take on Peter Pan. I really enjoyed it though. Don't like look at the rating and think I hated it, even though I did give it 4 stars. Yeah, did I give it 4 stars? Yeah, yeah, I gave it 4 stars. So yeah. And then I read Alice Adventures in Wonderland, and I also gave that 4 stars. And to be honest, I like the movie better. I like the movie better. I just, it's just not my cup of tea. It's not my cup of tea. No pun intended. I just did not like, you know, it just wasn't hitting the same as the movie to the book. Like it was just not hitting the same. But I did like it nonetheless. And it's like one of the earlier ones. Like this one, like more represents the cartoon version than the live action version, which I actually like the live action version a little bit better because it has a little bit more like fun in it. It has more funness in it. And also I think like Alice is grown up in this one in the live action, and like the one in the cartoon, like she's like a cartoon but she's like younger, so it's different. um so yeah. um oh, that book was by Lewis Carroll, by the way. Then the next one is Love Threat Theoretically by Ali Hazelwood, and I gave that book 3 stars. To be honest, I'm trying to read all of Ali. I was about to say Leah. That's not her name. Ali Hazelwood's books. I'm trying to read all of them. I have a few more books. I need to read like one of her first and most popular books, but I have not read that yet. But I am going to eventually. And yeah, it's just like that book was not, to be honest, it's not memorable. It's not memorable, but I did like it. But then the next one is Hirano and Kaguri. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but it's by Sho Harusano, and that was the first volume, by the way. And I gave that what did I give it? 3 stars. Yeah. 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 It was just meh. That's all I can give you. I thought it was gonna be like funner and cuter, but it really wasn't. Like I don't know if I'm gonna carry on with it, but yeah. I don't know. But anyways, the next one is, sorry. Whew, so yawny today. Next one was Midnight Sun by Stephanie Meyer, and I give that 4 stars. Yeah. So I've read that by Stephanie Meyer, and it was a whopping 4 stars. But okay, so let me just explain, because basically this is told in Edward's POV, and I was just like, this is not, it's not giving what it's supposed to give. It's not exciting as, like, like, honestly, Bella's point of view is way better. I don't know, like, Stephanie Meyer, like, she was just like, okay, I've been wanting to release this out for so long, but like, she no, she did not do Edward justice. Like, it was just not good, but I still gave it a good rating because I did enjoy it. But it's just like I wish it was better. But yeah, I thought that maybe like his like thoughts would be more entertaining, but they're not. They're not entertaining at all. But yeah, I stuck with it because I was enjoying it, but it's just like, no. The next one was Below Zero by Ali Hazelwood. I give that 3 stars. I think that this one was like, she's like a scientist or whatever, and like she was going to do some project or something for like space, and yeah, that's all I remember. Like, oh my gosh, I remember Check and Mate, but I cannot remember like something that I literally just read. I don't even know. I don't know what this I don't know what this contains. Like I really don't. But I did read it. And then I read Romancing Mr. Bridgerton by Julia Quinn. And you guys already know Bridgerton season 3 is coming out next month. I'm so excited. It's basically okay, so this hands down, this is a 5-star. I'm telling you right now, this is a 5-star book. And I loved it. It was just so amazing. And it's basically about Colin and Penelope's relationship. And yeah. It was so amazing, so lovely. I wish, spoiler by the way. I don't know if this is a spoiler, but I'm just gonna say spoiler if it is a spoiler. In the book, like Colin is just like, okay. Like they get together so fast and I'm just like, what are you doing, Penelope? You have loved him all your life. Probably not all your life, but like basically all your life of like knowing him, and you like, okay, and you think, okay, he's showing interest in me now. Let's get together. No, you should have let him work for it. You should have let him work for it. Like, she does, like, what was she thinking? Like, I wanted him to work for it. I wanted him to beg for it, and he did not. I wanted to see that. So hopefully we get to see that in the show, but yeah. I loved I loved that book. I'm going to be buying that book and I'm going to get the special edition of that book and I'm going to love it so much because whew, I loved it. Now, the next book we have was not the best book to go on to next because I gave it a 3 stars. And let me tell you, I love Winnie the Pooh. I read Winnie the Pooh by A.A. Milne. I don't know how to say that name, but I gave that 3 stars and I was just like, okay, it was an okay read, don't get me wrong, but it was just not the best. And I was just like, okay, so the problem with this book is just, it's just not hitting the way I thought it was gonna hit. And you know, it's okay. It's okay. I'm just gonna stick with I'm just gonna stick with the movies. And, you know, I was a movie girly before I was a book girly, so I think it's okay for me to say that. So yeah, I'm just gonna stick with the movies and Christopher Robin, the movie, because it was amazing. Then, oh, okay. Sorry, I just got a notification on my iPad. And then I read the Iliad, finally finished that book by Homer, and I gave that book 4 stars. And I really enjoyed it. The reason why I gave it 4 stars was because there are points where like I just did not understand and I just could not, because there's so many characters, so many people. I'm just like, it's hard to keep up with all of these characters, and to be honest, I could not name you at least 5 characters in this book because there's so many people, and like also their names are so difficult, like Patroclus, probably one that I remember. Um, 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 Odysseus was in this book, but not much. Of course, Achilles. Paris was mentioned, but not that much. And on Google, it says that Achilles was killed by Paris, but they didn't mention it at all. They didn't mention that at all. The reason why I looked that up was because I was just interested. Like at the time, I was interested in mythology, and I was just looking up a bunch of stuff. Because like I just saw something about Achilles, so I was looking up Achilles, and it said that he was killed by Paris. I was like, oh, okay. Basically, Paris is like a Trojan prince, and I was just like, okay, so okay. But they didn't mention that at all in the Iliad, which I was like, okay, whatever. And then yeah, but it was really interesting. I created like poems like inspired by that book. So it was definitely good. And then I read the Bromance Book Club, which I read earlier in the month, but I just forgot to write it down. And I gave that 4 stars. It was really good. It was really entertaining. And I had to wait so long for the second book because it was like on a waiting list. So yeah. And we're gonna talk about that in a book in a minute. But yeah, so the book was just like really good. And I like for the reviews that I've seen about this book, like they weren't bad, but like a lot of people were saying that it wasn't that good. And I was just like, okay, let me see. And then I finally read it because it took me a while because by the time I wanted to read it, like it was on the waiting list, so I had to wait a little bit. But yeah, because like it would be like one the second book was like open, but then the first book wasn't, and then like yeah, so I had to wait. But yeah, I did enjoy it. And then the second book is called Undercover Bromance by Alyssa Kate Adams, and I gave that 3 stars. Yeah, give that 3 stars. And yeah, it just was not as good as the first one, but I did still enjoy it. I thought it was good. And then the last book I read was Stuck with You by Ali Hazelwood, and it was like very short. It was like literally she gets stuck in this elevator with this guy that she met that she really liked, and there's like a misunderstanding and like everything, and yeah, and they have to work out their problems, and like there's flashback, and it was just really good. But yeah, that's it. But yeah, before this video got cut off by like my alarm, yeah, so that cut off, so I'm gonna just repeat what I just said. So I'm currently reading 2 books on my Kindle. I'm reading, hold on, I literally already forgot what is, I have to look it up again because I don't know, but I am currently reading Love Redesigned by Lauren Asher, and I'm 9% in. And then I'm also reading Any Means Necessary by Lila Heron, and I'm going to show you guys this book again because that's what I did earlier. So if you guys want to read the book, that's what it is. Don't mind the middle book. It's a different book, but I'm not reading that right now. But yeah, so those are the 2. And yeah, I was just really enjoying them so far. I really think that I'm gonna be able to finish Any Means Necessary by today, hopefully. And then I'm gonna read, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get to Love Redesigned, I don't know. But yeah, maybe I'll be able to finish that by the end of the month, but who knows. And then I'm also reading something on not Libby, but books on my phone, like the Apple thing. I'm reading hold on, dang. Um I forget what it's called right now. I'll put it in like a comment, or I'll put it in the description if you want to know. But I'm gonna finish that on the 30th because um I tend to read my audiobooks when I'm working. So, yeah, and then um I'm also reading 50 Shades of Grey, which I am almost finished with. I have like an hour and something left, and yeah, but it's by E.L. James. I think I'm gonna give that like a 3 stars, to be honest. Um, Not that the book was like not entertaining or anything. It's just like, I don't know. I just I don't want to give it 4 star, and I don't want to give it a 2 star because it is good, but I'm just like, I don't know what to give it, so I'm gonna give it 3. But yeah, like it was not bad. It's not bad, but it's not that good either. So I'm just like, okay. So that's all the books. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope to see you guys in my next video. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel. And I hope you guys have an amazing day, an amazing month, and I'll see you guys later.